Welcome to Learn the Sword. One of my students asked me a question. Why is it so difficult to cut down in the Hidari Keisegiri, turn it around and bring it back up to a Joho Giri, and turn it back down and recut in a Hidari Keisegiri, or down, up, down? The transitions are hard to do. It's all about how you shiboru, or how you ring the blade, and how you move it in and out that makes it more viable. The problem is that everybody can cut down, cut up, and cut down again, but can they do it in a fast, nice, smooth pattern? Then moreover on that, can they cut an object, or can they cut through mass with the same pattern, down, up, down? And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. Most people who do down, up, down cuts, they start off with a wooden bokuto, just basically because they learn the basic footprint and patterns. But down the road, you're going to be using a metal or steel sword. Metal ones being aluminum alloy or some type of alloy, and steel being a shinken, who are rarely sharp and you'll cut your fingers if they get in the way. Let me get a shinken here. Apply it into my belt area. Now, when I bring the sword out and I come in, and I'm going to keep this nice and tight, and for a down, bring it around like this, up, bring it around like this, and down. Now, a lot of times we take it above our head and go down, turn it, shoot up, and bring it way above your head, and bring it up again and go down. There are lots of ways to do it. And of course, I like the full swings. But a lot of times when we start dealing in these full swings, a problem arises. And that problem is, you start cutting through elephant legs. You start seeing your targets are 13 feet wide. Remember, most all targets, the topography of a neck, for example, is only a couple inches wide. So through this whole swing, and I'm trying to swing through the air like this, and all of a sudden, well, where's the cut? Well, actually, if I swing through the air and you're the opponent, I come on down all of a sudden, and chip, there's the little cut right there, and I finish executing the cut. So basically, even though the sword swings from here all the way down, makes the cut and comes around, is we don't want to make sure the cut cuts from way up here to down here. We want to make sure the cut sets up here, makes the cut, and then finishes off. Almost like an airplane landing on an airport or on an airstrip. You know, a lot of times when your airplane lands on an airstrip, it just finishes landing. It's not going to turn its wheels. We as swords people, when we finish making the cut, we have a tendency to pull the blade back out really fast and not finishing that angle of attack. Remember, don't rush things. Take your time. Lift the cut up, come on down, shiboru the blade, and make the cut. It will be a lot easier and less injury if you do get in the way of the blade, just because it's inevitable. It really, really is. Now, this is a nice blade. It's about razor sharp. I can feel my what do you call it, fingerprints. Yes, I can. So now what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this. So let me put the sword back. Now watch me pull out the blade this way. You can see I'm just pulling it out, putting it into its proper position. Now the cut down, up, down will start taking a little bigger. Down, up, down on the side. But here's the exercise I want you to do. I want you to take the sword and I want you to shibori it out really far and point it up like this. If you're in a room, for example, point it up to the ceiling where the corners and the walls meet. And hold it up like that, and then just pull it down. From there, push the sword, ring it, and push out forward like it's pulling you over, almost like this, and then bring the sword up. And then turn it again, and then pull it down. And vice versa. Push it out again, turn your hands around where the blade is basically turning and not flipping, and bring it up, and turning it, and cutting down again. This isn't going to be fun. It's going to basically hurt your elbow and your arms and everything. They're going to feel real constricted, pulling, because what this is doing is it's readjusting some of your muscles. So in the future, when you cut down, turn it around and cut up, then cut down again, everything will fall into place. But first, we need to work on your rote memory. Muscle memory is a hard thing to work on, especially with the sword, because of the minute differences. So, after doing this maybe a couple of thousand times, because to be realistic, that's what we need to make sure the sword goes down, the muscles are all in tune, everything's working well with your ring, you turn around and bring it up and you cut down this way. And you start making the target a little smaller. So here I am here, cut down, turn it, cut up, cut down a little bit. Now at the beginning, it will feel difficult. It'll be challenging. But over time, you'll be able to accomplish this. The muscles in your arms will adjust. They'll lengthen out. But best of all, you'll be able to make those severing cuts with a swift blow.